So UFC 295 wrapped up quite a while ago, not gonna lie, but I'm composed, I'm ready to talk about what has just happened, what I've just had to go through. I felt like I was witnessing a war going on. I felt like I was witnessing fucking Vietnam or some shit. Uh, but nah, all respect, really good card. First fight of the night, I did speak about this briefly. I did speak about Jamal Emmers versus Dennis Bazooka. Very, very good performance here by Jamal Emmers. Clear performance. Gets a really nice early knockout, 49 seconds in. He looked great. I've said it for a while, and I'll keep saying it. Jamal Emmers is a ranked level fighter. I know he's a bit older. He's what? He's 34 years old. He's not too old. I feel like it's now or never. Hopefully he gets a big jump up for his next fight, because I generally think Jamal Emmers could be ranked. Like, it's just he makes some stupid mistakes in some of his fights. Like he would have beat Pat Sabatini if he didn't go leg lock for leg lock. That was a very stupid error he made. Uh, that was a low fight IQ moment there. But he would have. I wholeheartedly believe most times out of 10 he knocks out Pat Sabatini. But yeah, really good performance here from Jamal Emmers. I'm happy for him. He's a good guy, good fighter, and yeah, hopefully he gets a step up. Because yeah, he's 34. He's not super young, but I think he could generally make a run at this point. Then next up we had Joshua Van versus Kevin Borges. This was a really fucking fun fight, man. Really good fight. Good performance from Joshua Van. Good performance from Kevin Borges too. Borges knocked down Joshua Van. I was starting to think, man, fucking hell, Joshua Van might lose this, but he's very tough, very durable guy. He came back, had a really good performance. Really, yeah, it was a good fight for him to have at this point in his career, 22. It's good that we can see that he can deal with adversity. I mean, if you watch some of his past fights, he's always in dog fights, crazy fight style, but it's good to see that he can come back from being knocked down and everything. Very good performance here. I thought it was a clear 29-28 for Joshua Van. And there are so many fun fights for this guy at flyweight. Imagine this guy, just listen to this matchup. Joshua Van versus Felipe Dos Santos. That would be such a killer fight. I don't think he should be next, though. I want to see Felipe Dos Santos get some wins first. I don't want this guy to get Daniel De Silva, to be a fun fighter, but just get fucking absolutely annihilated by everyone and then lose his chin. I want to see Felipe Dos Santos get some wins together. And then I think we'll see these two eventually fight. But flyweight is in such a great spot at the moment, man. Like, it's great to see. Like, makes me very excited for the future of flyweight. But yeah, good performance here from Joshua Van. Then we had John Castaneda versus Kang Hong Hu. I thought this was a very clear win for John Castaneda. Gets it 30-27. Leg kick city, pretty much. Just kept kicking the legs of Kang Ju Hu. Just put on a really good performance. Very mature performance. Got some takedowns here too against Kung Hu Han, but it wasn't like a barn burner fight, but just a very good masterclass type performance from John Castaneda. Like, it's not like a fight you go, oh fuck man, did you catch that John Castaneda versus Young Hu fight? It's like, nah, it's not one of those fights, but it's still a very good fight. But yeah, compared to the rest of the card, this was probably second worst fight on the card, but still a very good fight. Just speaks to how good this card was. Then the next fight we had was Jared Gordon versus Mark Madsen. Mark Madsen came in dirty boxing. I spoke about this one briefly, but I'll give a nice little rundown again. Mark Madsen early on had like a dirty boxing masterclass. It was just dirty boxing, looking very good in the clinch with his uppercuts, his shots to the body and everything, but Jared Gordon, for the first time in his career, gets a flatline KO. He got like an uppercut in the clinch that buckled the legs of Mark Madsen, and then lands an elbow, and then lands a fucking overhand like in the clinch and knocks him out cold. Fucking very good shot. Very good finish here from Jared Gordon. And yeah, Jared Gordon gets his first flatline KO in his career. Crazy, crazy. Not something I ever thought I'd be saying. I thought that this was going to be a boring fight, but I'm glad I was wrong. This fight was just pure violence, so very happy for Jared Gordon here. And yeah, he looked good. Fucking the best performance Jared Gordon's career. Just how good is Paddy Pimblett, He lost that. He should have lost that fight, but on one leg, he took them shots, but I think this just speaks to Mark Madsen. Probably not being the most durable, he's a 39-year-old man. You're not going to expect him to have the greatest chin, but still very good performance from Jared Gordon. Then moving on, We had an absolute war between Nazim Zadikov and Vyacheslav Borishev. Very, very good fight here. Fucking amazing fight, actually. Let's just be real. Borishev looked really good. First round, clear round for Borishev. He's looking very good with his striking. You know, he's got very good kickboxing, very good body. Then going up top, like he's textbook kickboxing here. Very good style. I love seeing this guy fight. Looked very good. But then in that second round, he gets clipped with I think it was a left hand, then gets fucking head kicked. Somehow survives it. Nazim gets on top of him, elbows the fuck out of his face, literally is mauling him a little bit. Bit stupid though, I'd say, from Nazim to just go jump on. If I was him, I would have let Borishev up and then tried to tee off on him on the feet. You know, he would have been out on his feet. Definitely could have probably got him out of there, but I get it. In the moment, you're just trying to go fucking. You just see blood. You know, it's a lot easier said than done. You know, you're not going to be as composed, especially when the guy's teeing off on you and you're feeling like you're down in the fight, and then you rock him like that. You're obviously just going to try and go for the kill. You're not going to think too logically, but still very good performance there from Nazim Sadikov in the second round. But then in the third round, Borishev came back, clearly won that round, but you know, I thought it was a clear 10-8 in the second, so I was completely okay with it being a draw. Be interesting to see what they do next. I wonder if they'll rebook this one as a rematch, or they'll just let these two fight another guy. You know, normally with these draws, they normally just go and book them against different guys, especially depending on when they want to come back. So if that is the case, wouldn't mind seeing like a Nazim Sadikov versus maybe Mateusz Rebecki. That'd be a cool fight. Or we could get Borislav versus like Guram Kutaledze. I feel like that would be really fun fights. Maybe even Borislav versus Terrence McKinney. I think that'd be a really good fight. I'd love to see that fight, to be honest. I think Borislav would probably KO Terrence McKinney. He looked really improved with the takedown defense. I forgot to add that. His get-ups looked a lot improved. Takedown defense looked improved. And Nazim is a pretty good wrestler, so I was happy to see that. Because Borislav is one of the funnest fighters you'll ever see. This guy's fucking style is pure violence, really fun to watch. And I'm glad that the guy's like, you know, fixed his takedown defense, because I think there are a lot of fights he would have won if he had good takedown defense. I think he would have beat Mark DeCasey if he had takedown defense at the time. But I'm glad he's worked on it now at this point in his career, and hopefully we can get some more fun fights out of him. Shout out to Uriah Faber for making this guy reconsider retirement. You know, this guy was going to retire before he was even on Dana White Contender Series or anything. So shout out to Uriah Faber for giving us this fight, pretty much. Butterfly effect. Then next up on the card, we had Mateusz Rebecki versus Roosevelt Roberts. Yeah, this fight went exactly how I thought it would, man. I didn't think this fight would be competitive. If you see my little short, I just said that, yeah, Rebecki's going to get this one done. Still, shout out to Roosevelt Roberts. He didn't have to come and back and take this fight, but he did. He missed weight by 2 pounds. I feel like they should have still given him like some money or something. Like, I get when people miss weight when they've had a full camp. The guy took this fight on like Tuesday or Wednesday. Like, surely you could have made this a catch weight or something. Felt a bit unfair to Roosevelt Roberts, but what are you going to do at the end of the day? But yeah, just a clear fucking domination by Rebecki. He's fucking good, man. He's very good. Need to see what he looks like against higher level competition, though. Like, at the same time, he's looking good, but Nick Fior, what was the other guy? The Tajik guy's name? I can't even remember his name. Oh, Radzavuk, Luyuk Radzavuk, or something like that. The Tajik guy. You know, he's a good fighter too, but I think Rebecki's good. He's got a very good record. He's fought a lot, but I do need to see a bit more out of him. I know that might sound like I'm a hater or something, but I don't know. Maybe we can give this guy a ranked opponent. I find him more entertaining than fucking Mateusz Gamrot. You know, he's the more entertaining Polish fighter, that's for sure. I think he's a fun fighter and everything. I just need to see how he does against these other lightweights, especially because the guy's got a 66-inch reach. So I just want to see how this guy handles these other guys. I mean, Terrence McKinney was calling him out, so you know, instead of doing Borislav versus Terrence McKinney, maybe we could do Rebecki versus McKinney. I feel like that'd be a good fight. That'd be an interesting matchup. I don't know, lightweight's in a fucking great spot at the moment though. Like the lightweight just gets me fucking up in the morning, man. Just thinking about these matchups at lightweight. I know that sounds really sad, but I'll just wake up and I'll be thinking about lightweight fights. Like there is some real great fights, and there's some real good up and comers coming up as well, especially from Australia. I know you're gonna sound biased here, but there is some really good Australian lightweights coming up. I want to see mixing it up in the UFC before long. So I think these guys will really like shake up the division a little bit. But still, I'll make a video on that another time. But yeah, like I said, great performance from Rebecca. Maybe you can give him a ranked opponent, maybe not. But I guess we'll see what happens. Then we had Tabitha Ricci versus Lupita Godinez. This one was really interesting. Tabitha Ricci looked great. Maybe not fight-wise, but she looked great. Lupita Godinez gets the win here. A very clear fight to score, in my opinion. I could see a 30-27 for Godinez, but it depends what that second round was. There was like a knockdown of sorts. It seemed like a knockdown, but I thought it was a head clash, but the commentary didn't seem to think so, and I didn't actually catch the replay. I seen people saying that she ran into her shoulder, so I guess that would be clean. So maybe you can give that round to Richie. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but one of the judges scored that 30-27 Tabitha Ricci, which is one of the worst scorecards I've ever heard. Like, Lupita Godinez clearly won that fight. That was fucking horrible. I get Richie's good to look at, but that doesn't mean you score the fight to a man. Like, that's just fucking stupid. Clear Lupita Godinez win. She apparently broke the record, first female fighter to win 4 fights in a calendar year, which is fucking insane that's like the first time that's happened. Women MMA's been like in the UFC for like fucking 11 years or something. It's crazy it took that fucking long, but still impressive from Lupita. One of my favorite women fighters. You know, she's just always fun. Very active fighter. And yeah, fucking impressed with her. She looked good. I said she'd win with the hands, and she won with the hands. I finally got a woman fight correct. Then we had Stephen Astro Boy Erceg versus Alexandra Costa. Very interesting fight. You know, Erceg was looking really good in that first round, like fucking great. He was looking very slick. You know, fought like a very technical fight. He was landing very good shots. Rocked Costa, like I said. I was thinking I was going to get my first round KO prediction. Like I said, Steve Erceg, he's striking very similar to Charles Oliveira. At the same time, his head movement very similar to Charles Oliveira. But still, very good fighter. I know people might not be as high on him after this because of how the second round went. But trust me, like, Alexander Costa is such a hard stylistic matchup. I said that in my prediction. Much harder stylistic matchup for him than Matt Schnell. Because Schnell, you know, chinny. Costa's, like, not super durable, but more durable than Schnell for sure, and he has very good takedown defense, very good grappling defense. Like, most people won't be able to handle the Astro Boy grappling, but I have spoken to him and he said he is going to work on some things after this performance, so I expect the best Astro Boy in his next fight. But he is very good, man. Like, it's a tough ask to fight Alexander Costa on 10 days, just because stylistically, much different built like a fucking fire hydrant, built like a brick shithouse for flyweight. Powerful guy, big guy, hard to grapple. And, you know, Erceg pretty much won this fight with his striking. He sort of clinched his way to victory in the third, landing a lot of shots, but that first round, he was looking fucking slick. That second round, he sort of swayed a little bit away from the game plan, swung a bit wildly there, and he realized that. So I think next time we see him, he'll fight a bit smarter. Like, he fought very smart in the first round, but in the later rounds, he sort of, he dumbed it down a little bit, but still a very good fighter. And I think, you know, I still expect very big things from Steve Erceg. And Lucas Tracy can suck a cock as well, by the way. Trying to say that Steve Erceg has pillow hands, fucking idiot. He definitely didn't watch any of Steve Erceg's fights. Steve Erceg's got fucking very deceptive power. And you have that rodent saying he's got pillow hands. Like, out of all the things you can critique Steve Erceg for, you critique him for having pillow hands. He's actually, like, fucking such a technically powerful fighter. It's insane. Like, I've been saying it for so long. This guy's got fucking deceptive ass power. Even before he was in the UFC, I was talking about this guy's deceptive power. He punches so much harder than you would expect him to. Like, he doesn't swing big. He's very technical. He's just, I guess it's got a lot to do with his technique and everything, but he hits hard. He doesn't have fucking pillow hands. He's got actual out cold KOs. But still, yeah, Lucas Tracy needs to watch more tape. I know he's shitting on Urseg afterwards. I understand, but don't be shitting on him for things that don't exist. He does have he has good striking and he's got very good deceptive power. Just a bit of a weird thing there, but still very good performance there by Urseg. Obviously could have been a bit better, could have fought a bit smarter, but still, at the end of the day, he still won the fight. Short notice replacement, not a easy matchup on short notice to take. Like I say, this is one of his hardest stylistic matchups, and I said that in my prediction video. But yeah, still good performance against a tough opponent. But I feel like on full camp as well, I feel like Urseg would have done even better. But bit of a hard change in opponent to get, in my opinion. Chanel and Costa are completely different stylistic matchups, but still very good performance. And I look forward to, hopefully they rebook that Chanel fight. Hopefully Chanel doesn't pull out this time, but that would be a good fight to rebook, in my opinion. I'd love to see that. But anyway, going back to the main card, we had Diego Lopez versus Pat Sabatini. Yeah, good performance from Diego Lopez, just that fight. I'm not going to lie, that fight went exactly how I thought it would go. I think I did predict Diego Lopez by KO. I actually can't remember, but Pat Sabatini is just a very chinny fighter, like notoriously chinny, and his durability just doesn't stay up, and he's not a very good striker. And if he's in an extended striking match with anyone, he's going to get KO'd. That's just a fact. Pat Sabatini's chin is just god awful, man. But good performance from Diego Lopez. I don't know how much further this guy can go. I get that he's got a lot of hype behind him, but I don't I've seen a lot of people say future champ and all this stuff. I just don't see it. At the end of the day, this guy's got quite a few losses. Maybe he's at that point in his career where he's just a fucking monster, and I could be wrong. I'm not going to act like I'm completely correct. But people don't realize he did lose to Joe Henderson Brito, and he lost to some other guy as well after that. But he is looking like a monster in the UFC, so I don't know. Maybe the guys he fought were just fucking crazy, and maybe Brito's going to go on a title run or something. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see who they match Diego Lopez up with next. But great performance from him. And then next fight, we had Benoit Saint Denis versus Matt Frevola. I spoke about this briefly. Benoit Saint Denis is a dog. I picked him to win this fight by KO. I like Matt Frevola. Matt Frevola is a cool guy, powerful guy, very fun fighter, but his chin is always a worry in these fights. And Benoit Saint Denis is just so fucking tough. I also like that Benoit didn't really take much damage in this. I feel like he's definitely fully recovered from that Zaleski Dos Santos fight. Like, I know that was so long ago, but I always think about that when he fights. But he's taken so many fights and barely taken much damage, which is a good sign to see. Like, he's not been going in there and having war after war. So he's definitely going to be fully recovered and everything. I know that fight was so long ago, but that was still a lot of damage. But he's a monster at lightweight. Should have been at lightweight a long time ago. I mean, I think he might have fought at lightweight before he was in the UFC, but he shouldn't have ever fought at welterweight. Zaleski... Zaleski's always beating on future champions, so... I don't know, Zaleski's got some really well-aged wins, man. Sean Strickland, Benoit Saint Denis, I don't know. I feel like losing to Zaleski Dos Santos is actually like a good thing in hindsight, but still very good performance here from Benoit Saint Denis. Apparently Dana wants to do him as the main event of a fight night in Paris. I mean, if it's September, we got to see him fight again before then for sure. But maybe if he wins, it's a gamble if he fights again. But if he wins, like, imagine you could do a massive main event versus him versus Gamrot or something like that. That'd be a good main event. I think he would beat Gamrot. I think he's so fucking tough he would actually beat Gamrot. But yeah, I don't know. I think Benoit Saint Denis has the fucking potential, man. Chad style, fights like a Chad. That's the best base for MMA nowadays. Just fucking chatting your way to victory. Who cares about technique and everything? Just fight like a fucking Chad, and it works. But yeah, great performance from Benoit Saint Denis. And then next we had Mackenzie Dern versus Jessica Andrade. Mackenzie Dern looked fucking god awful with her striking. I've mentioned it before. Her striking is awful. I don't know how, but if she wants to learn some striking, I'll teach you how to throw a 1-2 without frailing your hand. I've never done boxing, but I've done some striking. I'm sure I guarantee I have a better 1-2 than fucking Mackenzie Dern does at this point. I wouldn't be swinging, frailing my arms around with my chin out when Jessica Andrade's fucking powerful hooks are coming to my face. But I don't know, Mackenzie Dern built a bit differently. Very durable, but durability cost her a bit. Got dropped 4 times here. Not a good look for a woman fighter to take that much damage. But Jessica Andrade is back. Really good performance from her. Glad to see her back, you know. It was looking really rough for her. Loss after loss after loss. But now she's back. So, yeah, who knows who she fights next. She's fighting between 2 divisions. Maybe 3. Who knows? Maybe she go back to bantamweight or something. But, yeah, great performance from Jessica Andrade. Then we had the co-main event. I'm finally recovered from that. Jesus Christ. I feel like the co-main and the main event took years of my life. Like, I'm not even fucking exaggerating. The stress I felt during them fights was fucking insane. Like, the whole time during them, my fucking Jesus Christ, I felt like I was about to go out there and fight Sergey Pavlovich. I like all the guys in the co-main and main event, which is the craziest part of, like, why the fuck was I so nervous? I like everybody. Like, normally I get nervous for my favorite fighters, but why the fuck was I so nervous? It was so weird. I was, like, stressing so much, man, but still, very good performance there. From Tom Aspinall. Tommy Aspinall. Fucking G. Great performance. I didn't expect him to go out there and flatline Sergey Pavlovich. I did say if this fight would, like, how this fight would go, it would be one-sided from either man. And it was pretty one-sided. Like, you know, Pavlovich landed a big three-piece combo on on Tom Aspinall's chin, clean on the chin. You know, I'm sure it rocked him a little bit, but he showed a great chin not to get, like, knocked down or anything there. So Tom Aspinall's definitely got a fucking granite chin. I generally don't think who beats Tom Aspinall at this point. I know he did lose to Curtis Blades and everything, but I think he would have won that fight if he didn't do his knee in. Like, honestly, I think he would have. But still, great performance from Tom Aspinall. I hope we get to see him versus John Jones. But I think John Jones will be gone before we get to see that, unfortunately. But a man can dream. A man can dream. But like I said, great performance here from Tom Aspinall. The Brit fucking gets it done. The UK has a British champion, a heavyweight champion. And yeah, man, fucking poor Sergey Pavlovich. Let's give Pavlovich. Who the fuck do we even give Pavlovich? I think him and Volkov are teammates, so that probably won't happen. Let's get Sergey Pavlovich versus like Cyril Gane going next. You know, Cyril Gane will refuse to fight Jailton Almeida, so let's get him versus Sergey Pavlovich, and we'll see how that fight goes. I know he just got chinned by Tom Aspinall, but I'm not gonna like use any recency bias. I still think he would beat Cyril Gane. I just don't think Cyril Gane is as durable as Tom Aspinall. I know he survived Ngannou, but that was like a Ngannou on one knee and everything. I feel like I could just see Sergey Pavlovich catching him so many times, man. Jesus Christ, I can't believe fucking Pavlovich got flatlined like that. That was sad to see, man. He was a monster. I was hoping... I would have rather Tom Aspinall just get a sub, if I'm being honest. Like, I like the whole idea of Pavlovich just being some massive fucking, you know, monster from Russia, but... Oh well, we got the fucking monster from the fucking UK and Tommy Aspinall. Happy for him, man. He's a good guy, Tom Aspinall. He's a funny guy. And he won a dick measuring contest, you know? He didn't go in there brawling for brawling. He picked his shots perfectly, but like, fucking Jesus Christ. I still can't get over that. I'm not going to be able to forget that image of just Tom Aspinall fucking flatlining him so quick. And I generally think he gives John Jones his hardest fight. Even harder than Dominic Reyes. I think he can beat John Jones. I know that's crazy to say, but I generally believe it. And, you know, he's fucking very skilled for a heavyweight. And he's a big dude. He's not like small either. He's much bigger than Cyril Gane. I don't think John Jones could just go in there and ragdoll him, to be honest. But I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And then we had the main event. Spoke briefly about this. Yuri Prohaska versus Alex Pereira. Very fun fight for while it lasted. Stoppage was, you could argue, a bit premature. Like, that fight definitely could have gone on a bit longer. But at the same time, Yuri Prohaska said he was out. And I do believe that. I think Yuri Prohaska would just lie about that. Like, I wouldn't understand the logic behind that. But he looked pretty normal, you know. Yuri Prohaska didn't look different. His grappling looked good. He got a nice takedown on Alex Pereira, but Alex Pereira's takedown defense, or get-ups, I should say, has gotten better. And yeah, we have another light heavyweight champion. Fucking hell, so many champions we've had. That belt has been passed around so much. Like, yeah, that belt has just gone from fucking man to man. I don't know if Alex Pereira's gonna have a long reign. I think he'll beat Jamal Hill, but it is a tough fight. Jamal Hill got a very good chin, but I don't know if he can take them fucking left hooks from Alex Pereira. And then obviously Magomed Ankalaev. Well, if Alex Pereira is still champ, I could see him just ragdolling Alex Pereira, to be honest. But Magomed would probably fight with a stupid game plan and get chinned, actually. So who knows? But I feel like that belt is just being passed around so much. Jailton Almeida will probably eventually go back to light heavyweight after he gets chinned to heavyweight, and then he'll probably just reign supreme there for a while. But yeah, that belt, holy fuck, so many different champions. Saying you're the UFC light heavyweight champion or saying you're a former light heavyweight champion is pretty much like saying you have a fucking liberal arts degree because everybody's fucking got one now. Everybody's got one. It's like the fucking hardcore championship. Just gets passed down to passed down. Every man and his dog gets a fucking shot at that belt, but at the end of the day, I guess it makes it more prestigious because it's hard to keep. It does speak to how good John Jones is, I guess. He kept that belt for so fucking long. But still, Alex Pereira is the light heavyweight champion, 2-division champion, arguably like one of the greatest combat athletes, 2-division Glory kickboxing champ, 2-division UFC champion now. Crazy to see. Fucking what a career, man. All this started because Israel Adesanya talk shit about him. Like, really just speaks, being petty is the best base for MMA. If someone talks shit to you, let that shit motivate you and go train MMA. Even if it's got nothing to do with fighting, if your ex cheats on you or something, go train MMA and just beat the shit out of people and be like, yeah, I showed you, bitch. Like, even just do that. If you're ever feeling petty, just use that motivation to become a world champion in MMA because it fucking apparently works. Like, generally, apparently it's a very good base, but yeah, anyway, that's all I've got to say, man. Really good card. This was generally card of the year, in my opinion. Best card of the year by far, in my opinion. And yeah, fucking hell. And 296 is probably more stacked on paper, so that card should be fucking insane as well. So we're being spoiled now that it's the final fucking hurdle. The end of the year's coming up, and these cards are looking great, man. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what happens for the next few cards. Hopefully we just get some real good performances and everything. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. Great card of the year so far, in my opinion. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a like, and let me know your thoughts on the card in the comment section below. Let me know if you think this is card of the year as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.